So you just beat the Sat to Uranus Junction, now you've unlocked this quick little quest called the Duviri Paradox. You do the quest and now this gloomy ass fucking face is staring at you from your star chart and can access the Duviri menu. Let's talk about what these menu options actually are. Spoilers for story content in 3, 2. So right in the center you have the Duviri experience where you start in a cave, pick a loadout, it's a fucking Spyro and complete various objectives with both the Drifter and your Warframe before then killing a Void Worm and putting an end to the angry voices yelling at you from the side window. You can use this game mode to find the materials needed to buy Incarnon adapters from Cavalera over on the Zarum, and if this makes zero sense right now, I will in a sec. You can also farm Calevera on certain spirals, but we'll get onto those later. On the left you have Duviri Circuit, which is an endless fast scaling game mode where you can either farm for Warframes or Incarnon adapters. I told you it makes sense in a sec, based on either entering in Steel Path or Regular Path. The objectives will be random game modes like Alchemy, Defense, and Jackal Assassination, etc. You actually get a little bonus for the first time you do 4 missions in a single go per day. On the right you have the lone story, which is basically identical to the Duviri experience, except it doesn't have any side content if you just want to farm the Pathos Clamps. However, on the far left we have Isle Weaver, a corrupted version of Duviri with a Rolly infused Nessie Rusalka in charge where you can farm Araxia, and more importantly is now the fastest way to farm Pathos Clamps, so if you're just looking for those, then just do this over the lone story. Now earlier I mentioned spirals. These represent the current tantrum that Dominus stacks are currently having, be they joy, anger, envy, sorrow, or fear. These spirals also represent changing in-game conditions, such as the palette and also the predominant damage type that enemies deal. Now we mentioned farming Calevo earlier, and that has a lot to do with the spirals, specifically the anger, sorrow, and fear spirals, wherein you can visit Calevo over Calevo's hold, fight him, get his banes, and then trade them to Acrithis at either the end of a run or in the dorm zone to buy Calevo's parts. And that is basically everything Duviri in 60 seconds, more or less.